Hello, everyone. My name is Anthony. First off, I'd like to not only congratulate you on clicking this video, as it instantly reflects that you are not only interested in changing the narrative of this fatherless society, but also seeking the knowledge in how we all collectively can change this severe epidemic which is crippling our family structure in this country. I'd also like to thank you in advance to those that will actively choose to subscribe to this channel and enjoy the fruits of being part of one of the most important movements to date in the U.S. from its beginning. Now let's get to the juice. To make a long story short, because we will get to the details later, I'm a 46-year-old single parent of 3. At the tender ages of 19, my then high school sweetheart and I got married. That marriage lasted 10 years and ended when we were both 29 years of age. We had 2 sons within that marriage, 2 awesome boys. They have now grown into 2 awesome men. 5 to 6 years post-divorce, I lived a single life, dating here and there, along with being a single father, taking the time to not only embrace my responsibilities of fatherhood, but also to reestablish myself from the inside out. Because let's be honest, if you experience divorce involving not only children, but also feelings and assets, among other things, it's bound to affect you in a major way. I feel that it's very important for any man, or a woman for that matter, to use that time post-divorce or post-relationship to not only heal, but also to recenter themselves accordingly before taking on another relationship. But I digress. 5 to 6 years after my divorce, I entered another relationship. Within that union, my then girlfriend and I were expecting a child. We found out that we were having a boy. He's an awesome son, just as my previous 2 are. Wouldn't change a thing. Now, it's important for me to reiterate and tell you all that my first 2 sons came within a marriage, while my youngest son, which is currently 9 years old, was born out of wedlock, and his mother and I were not married. Remember that, as it's very important to this message. Through my broken relationships, dealing with adversity, involving children, I learned a lot about the family law sector and how it truly works. Listen, I'm not an attorney. I am not an attorney. Let me say that again. And this is not legal advice. But what it is critical information, real world information that every current and future father needs to possess. May he be married or not. In efforts to navigate efficiently as possible to avoid landmines involved in the fatherless society. I speak with confidence in saying that the value of this information I will give on this platform will be unmatched, as we together will attack the root of the problem in this country as it pertains to the loss of the fatherly dynamic in this family structure. I haven't seen or heard any social media platform focusing on the aspects of fatherhood in the way I will be doing. This is my purpose. I am firmly entrenched in changing the culture of this fatherless society. But guess what? I can't do it alone. I need your help. I wanted to go on record that in life we've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes, right? We can agree on that. But we must learn from our mistakes. The thing I learned the most is how not to lose my position as an active father in my kids' lives. If I'm being honest, I believe wholeheartedly it's been my most crowning achievement. Not the amount of money or possessions I have. I'm broke, I ain't got nothing. Because those things, at the end of the day, lack long-term value anyway. Upon my divorce here in Florida, within my divorce decree in 2006, it read that I was the primary residential parent. Let me ask you something. Was my ex-wife on drugs? No. Was she abusive to our two sons? Absolutely not. Was I hella strategic in not allowing this anti-father system to screw me over as a father? Yes. As a matter of fact, my ex-wife actually is remarried and bought a home, sold a home, got another home, and actually has her own third son from her husband, now new husband. So she's in good standing. I mentioned that for reference, in case people thought, oh, maybe she was messed up. Furthest thing from it. Here's the truth of the matter, though, gentlemen. Ladies, too, if you're listening. If I can position myself to maintain my fatherless status throughout a divorce involving two kids that were ages 8 and 3 at the time, by the way, which are, currently grown and independent men with prosperous careers. And also after that, maintaining a 50-50 shared custody parenthood of my youngest son, which is currently 9, like I said before, but he was 2 years old at the time of the broken relationship and the whole court process with him. If I can achieve those things, so can you guys. I am not special. The main difference is that I experienced some things in my youth that solidified the idea that I would never be without my children, no matter what. There would have been a better chance that I climbed the Empire State Building and jumped off that sucker than me being without my sons in their lives adequately. By subscribing to this channel and consuming my high-value content, you'll understand, as I do, that I went through something for a purpose. And through it, you'll understand my passion with all of this. Guys, I'm going to tell you like this. I've done the hard work for you. This information isn't written down in some law book, up in some library. No one gives a crap about men and fathers' rights in court. No one looks out for us in that regard. This is my way of giving back to the community. Us good fathers deserve this. I've made what I like to call a Flawless Fatherhood blueprint for all current and future fathers, for them to use, learn, and properly execute when and if life decides to throw a curveball at them, which most of the time, life seems to do quite often. Picture it like this. It's a packed stadium, Game 7 of the World Series. Life is standing on the pitcher's mound. Your team is down by 1 run. 2 outs. It's a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the 9th inning. Life decides to throw that infamous curveball on that final pitch. Upon that curveball leaving its hand, you notice, in true curveball fashion, it's a high arching pitch that's scary and looks like it's going to hit you square in the head. But then you remember the things you learned and all that critical information you attained through the Flawless Fatherhood, and you stood firm and you noticed the path of the pitch starting to lower, and it's just about to cross the middle of that home plate, and you take that bat off of your shoulder, sending the barrel of that bat through that strike zone ever so viciously, and connecting with full power, all to watch that ball sail over the center field wall for that walk-off grand slam. Yes, yes. Could you see it? I could see it. No one could have ever guessed it. It's winning in those type of situations, guys, is what I want to teach and equip fathers and future fathers. I'm speaking to you too, moving forward. We all know someone or several others, fathers that have gotten the short end of the stick and have lost access to their children in this unfair system. At the end of the day, though, there's an answer to it all. But I need you men to understand something. These laws will not change for us men. Get it out of your heads now. I'll tell you like this. You're better off wishing for your current state's winning lottery ticket being put up under your pillow by the tooth fairy than that happening. I swear to God, it ain't happening. Okay? My mission is to change this fatherless culture and instill the understanding that all fathers and future fathers possess that inner ability to be clutch and perform under pressure versus life's trials and tribulations and remain a physically active father as one initially started out as. I'm in the business of sharing my life's wisdom with not only my sons and friends and family members, but to you, the ones that are listening, and anyone else in the world that cares to tap into it. We'll discuss how it actually came to this culture, who can all benefit from the change, and how we together can win back the day-to-day active status as fathers in our children's lives. Here's the deal. There will be someone that stumbles across this video simply because one of you shared it via social media or personally with someone, and it will serve as the driving force in saving their standing in life as an active father. All because of your good deed. All because you shared the video. All because you made someone aware of their options. Keep that in mind. Ask yourself this question. Would you want your loved one or anyone else that you cared about to go into battle with an ex and the court system without the armor of information that he's required to have to be victorious in the battle of custody involving children? Again, none of this is legal advice, but it's sound, critical information that can help you in your chances more times than not if the situation arises. Keep in mind now that the divorce rate is over 50%, and at least 70% of the divorces are initiated by the woman. Don't feel that it can't happen to you. That's a mistake. Have the information just in case. If not for you, for someone else. I am in the business of setting the standard that at worst case scenario, a father, may he be married or not, have at least 50-50 equal time as the mother. That's right. You know, nobody wants to talk about it, but a child or children should both have their parents equally active as far as time sharing is concerned, as long as both parents are loving, caring, and have the kid's best interest in mind. Oh, I really need to talk about this court system saying for the best interest of the children. I have so many stories to tell you guys. So much wisdom to share. But that's the truth of the matter right there. The kids need both parents if they're sound, adequate, and loving. This platform isn't solely about helping fathers, but also helping the future of children maintaining a healthy mental status while growing from childhood into adulthood. Think about it. They're our future. If they aren't broken, vindictive, lost children, they're very more likely to grow into productive members of society as a whole. Unlike how they're doing now. Look at how these young kids are acting. Oh, but we're going to get into it. Every man and woman can benefit from this Flawless Fatherhood community. Join me on this mission by not only subscribing to this channel, but also sharing the video. Some say it takes a village to raise a child. It's certainly going to take that to change this fatherless narrative. Again, subscribing and sharing this video will go a long way. You may just save a life in doing so. See you on my next video. Yours truly, Flawless Fatherhood.